white rice and beans, egg, 3 eggs, 1, 2, 3, meat, next meat, 3 meat, 1, 2, 3, next, awara, soya beans, 1, 2, 3, who next, pepper, 3 spoon, pepper, 1, 2, remainder 1, 3, who next, oil,
Happy Easter, y'all.
3 serving spoon, wow, 3 serving spoon oil,
Wow.
1, 2, remainder 1, 3 is okay. Very nice, very
Very nice. Happy Christmas. I think like Christmas. Happy Easter, y'all. I hope you guys are having this kind of delicacy.
white rice and beans,
Say 'em again.
egg, 3 eggs,
So down white cake,
1,
cover
2,
the white cake,
3, meat,
ghetto.
next meat, 3 meat,
1, 2, 3.
1,
Oi.
2, 3, next, awara, soya bean,
No crunch.
1,
The third day. So I
2,
think that's what that is. 3.
3, who next,
Two.
pepper,
Awara.
3 spoon,
Who
3 spoon pepper, 1,
Oh shit.
2, remainder 1,
Happy Easter, yeah. Remember
3,
one.
who next, oil,
Goodness.
3 serving spoon, wow, 3
Oil.
serving spoon oil,
Wow.
1,
Oh, it's alright.
2, remainder 1,
Two. Remember one.
3 is okay. Very
Oh
nice,
Lord.
very
It's okay. Very nice. Whenever you are journeying, you will be journeying. You are going to join. However, just very Easter and let's get it started. Let's get a message from our Oga Pata at the United Nations.
To all Christians celebrating Easter around the world, I want to express my best wishes. And my heart is broken because so many Christian families and communities cannot celebrate Easter in peace and security because of conflict or persecution. In this moment of hope and resurrection, I want to appeal for a world of solidarity and compassion.
What is the Oga Pata? Let's go to, I think, Ghana.
And if you follow the teachings of Paul in Galatians, you know, it's not always been like this. So, the first time I preached in my church on Men's Ministry Day, You should have seen it was a disaster. Gradually, the divine unction is descending on me. And so, the Apostle Paul says in Galatians 6:2, he says, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. It means that we must assist each other. We must show love to each other. We must love one another and help each other carry the burdens that they have in life. There are many around us who are struggling, not just spiritually, but also physically. Some are struggling emotionally, and some are struggling materially. There are people here who haven't eaten this today, just because they do not have what it takes to be able to buy a meal. And that's why Christ expects us to share generously. There are others too who have abundant. You ate breakfast, you ate lunch before coming here, and you go back home and there's fufu and light soup and aponche waiting for you. We must learn to share the burdens of others. If you can give that one meal, one aponche and light soup, aponche cracker and fufu, to somebody who can afford it, the blessings you get are multiple. He who gives receives more blessing than he who receives. In our communities, like I said, some go to bed hungry. Young people are losing hope. Families are burdened by the weight of unemployment, uncertainty, and inflation. And so as we reflect on the sacrifice that Jesus Christ made for us, let us ask ourselves, what sacrifices are we making for others? Are we helping to lift someone up? Are we giving where we can? Are we standing for justice? And are we being the salt and light that Christ called us to be?
Yet another horrifying report is coming out of Nigeria as over 60 Christians have been murdered by Muslim Fulani terrorists in what is being called a genocide. Where is the global outrage? Well, Dumasani Washington, an expert on Christian persecution in Africa, joins us now. Dumasani, what can you tell us about this horrific event?
Raj, this seems to be the latest in a string of events that goes back years. But the Fulani, as you said, the Fulani herdsmen, they're often called. They are a kind of a nomadic tribe. They are a herding tribe, predominantly Muslim, not all, but predominantly Muslim. And even as the article points out, it does a really good job in the Christian Post there. The vast majority of them not radicalized, but many of them unfortunately are. And there have been these waves of attack for years. And the attacks have been along the lines of taking land. They're targeting predominantly Christian Nigerians. So they are slaughtering those people. They are doing all kinds of horrible, unspeakable things and then taking that land. And often it is dismissed within the Western media as land disputes, of course, those types of things. But it's really a religious war at its root.
Well, you sent me something that I want to read. Quote, what happened to the Israelis on October 7th, 2023 is happening every week in Africa. Can you explain that?
Well, it's amazing because that quote, and in a long, that quote has been coming both from Africans and Israelis who are aware of their situations, right? So whether it's the Fulani in Nigeria, including the Boko Haram, some of you may remember Boko Haram Bring Back Our Girls, something like 11 years ago when they had abducted nearly 300 girls, Christian girls. That Boko Haram is, again, a jihadist terrorist organization. What we see is that what happened on October the 7th when Hamas invaded Israel, killing some 1,300 or abducting 1,300 Israelis. That happens again every week, whether it's in Nigeria, places like Sudan, places like Algeria. Christians are under persecution today, Raj, like never before since the 2,000-year history of the church. And ground zero for many people is Nigeria.
Okay, so obviously I've known you for a while, Dumasani, and this is something that I personally I can vouch for. You've been speaking on this a lot, all the time, for more than a decade. But the question is, Dumasani, why does no one care?
It's such a multi-pronged answer, Raj. One of those is that, again, for us in the West, and especially the United States, we're comfortable, right? So media doesn't really discuss those types of things because we can be controversial, a religious war, a jihadist war. You get into the whole area of the kind of leftist Islamophobia. Somehow, if you say that, you're attacking Muslims. And of course, nothing could be further from the truth because, as you know, Raj, when that type of slaughtering happens regionally, Muslims also suffer. Christians, Jews, and other Muslims who are living peaceably, the jihadists don't really care about your religion or about what your espousing is. They're committed to a radicalized or very fundamental interpretation of Islam, which is either you convert or you die or you pay the jizya, which is the tax, right? So that's how they're approaching this. So because that whole topic can be somewhat uncomfortable for many Westerners, we generally leave it alone. And let me say this, even as a Christian pastor, even as you know, Raj, the Christian church often doesn't deal with it. Thank God for the Christian organizations and churches that do, but often because it can be controversial and it doesn't feel, I hate to be kind of warm and fuzzy, let's all kind of come together, they back up on it because you have to really deal with ugly things like mass rape and torture and genocide, and those things are really ugly, and most people, they don't really want to touch it. Unfortunately, our silence is actually fueling more of the genocide that's happening.
Well, Dumasani, let me ask you this question. As someone who is intimately involved with everything that happens in this space of Christian persecution in Africa, obviously this story that we're talking about today is horrific. It's hard to imagine. But can you just maybe, for someone who might be new to the idea that Christians are suffering in Africa, can you maybe give us maybe a couple examples of things that have happened in the past decade or so that most folks just don't know about?
Well, let's go back to the Boko Haram in Nigeria, for example. Over 10 years ago, that's as well, not just to Bring Back Our Girls, Boko Haram pledged allegiance to Islamic State. Now, I want you to really think about that. They pledged allegiance to ISIS, even though ISIS, whether it's based in Iraq or in Syria, what they're saying is that we are in the same league. We are different teams with different jerseys, but we all play in the same league. And what is that league? It is a jihadist terrorism that seeks to either forcibly convert, or kill any religious minority, anyone who doesn't agree with them. And this is at epidemic proportions. It's the same thing as Al-Shabaab in Somalia, which also raids into Kenya, or the Janjaweed, which is in Sudan. These are different names, but it's the same thing that's happening. Hezbollah in Lebanon, Islamic Jihad in Gaza. What we're saying is that what our Israeli brothers and sisters are dealing with almost obviously every day around their borders is happening in various parts of the world, especially in different parts of Africa.
Well, Dumasani, most people know you as Pastor Dumasani. So what can we be doing? How can we be praying? I'm sure my friend who's watching this feels disgusted, horrified, but also kind of helpless. Like what can I do? So finally, Dumasani, if someone's watching this, what can they do?
I'll say briefly two things, Raj. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 3 says that we are to remember those in chains as if bound with them. That's, as a matter of fact, Voice of the Martyrs, that's their proof text, bound with them, that we are to be praying for them fervently and ardently as if they were our own flesh and blood. And that is the body of Christ. So we are connected. So we're supposed to be doing that. And the second thing that I would say to people is that there are wonderful organizations like Voice of the Martyrs, like Christian persecution. There's an Open Doors, that's a publication, everything. They actually give information about this, but they also give you the opportunity to sow a seed. And that, if you want to sow a seed in those types of organizations, that goes to helping the pastors who get displaced and their families. Because if you think about it practically, when a church either loses its pastor because of he's been murdered, and that church has gone underground, they still need help in terms of Bibles, food. I mean, sometimes the persecution, ladies and gentlemen, is them being fired from their jobs because they're Christians. So I would say if they want to go further, inform themselves even more, and then also if they want to go further than that, sow a seed into those organizations because they're doing amazing work. We know as Christians that we are going to be persecuted in that way. The Word of God says that, particularly in the last days. So it's our job to do all that we can to relieve that suffering as much as we possibly can.
Dumasani, Washington, my friend, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Raj. Thanks for having me.
We came this morning regarding the case of Alabi Quadri, a 17-year-old teenager who came to fame in 2023 during the election when he spontaneously jumped and stood in front of the convoy of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. You would recall that his photograph at the time became an internet sensation, and Nigerians became very interested in his case. Following that, a lot of people made donations to him, and his matter was widely reported. Quite sadly, people in the community some people in the community, so-called area boys, felt entitled to be settled in quotes or to be appeased, and they demanded that part of the monies you donated to Quadri be given to them. In fact, I can also tell you that the baile of that community specifically told Quadri's mother to buy a cow with rice and cook to appease the youth. Because they refused to do this, this family has been continuously withhunted since 2023. Let me also place on record that this was the second time that Quadri has been arrested. The first time, the same area boys took him before the same valley of the community, invited police to arrest him. And Baba Waris. Those are the two area boys in the community. They are known, they are identifiable. We call for their immediate arrest and prosecution. That's right. We also ask that the valley of their community should be questioned regarding his role in this matter. And those are our simple demands. Those are simple demands. You can see everything was clear in the court, that there was no basis to arrest this boy in the first place. If you observe what is going on, some people from the same community have been mobilized to come here and distort what is going on. If anybody is attacked, if anybody is hurt in this place, I want the media to take note of the people that are coming here to court this. If they have anything to say, I expect them to come here and speak to the media. If they can bring their hostility to court, you can only imagine what they will do to this family. If anything happens to this family, the boys who are here, who think they can cause trouble, but they should know we have taken note of their faces, and nobody has monopolies to cause crisis. So let them be careful that nothing should happen to Quadri, nothing should happen to his mother, nothing should happen to his sister or any member of his family.
And German, happy Easter. I'm a rice where you see so if you see I'm buy for the whole England, so forget it. A special. Come German. I remember say you tell me say you are one of the signatory to AAC. That is Africa Congress, a big African Action Party. I mean, show race party. You tell me say you are one of the signatory. You're one of the founding members of AAC. So my questions be say you guys founded the party to do what? Is it to seek power, to conscientize people, mobile? I mean, because all I see you people do is protest and that's it. And run after
I'm taking note of their faces.
citizens that have, have the capacity, have the potential to go viral. So, like our amiable barrister on the screen, now only when a case that involves that is politically motivated or has a politically
And nobody has monopoly.
ingredients to it, now we dey see them. Now we dey see them on TV. So the same thing goes to, that's why I say the elite. Now let me start by saying that this elite, I mean, I know say na grammar, we don't seem to understand the basic concept of elite or what it means to be an elite. Elite. Somebody on Dr. Dameji was yesterday. I think he's out of anger. Was saying that that name that is being abused, is being misused, blah blah blah. It's like yo, no elite. I will just give them that title. I was like, okay. If you don't understand the basic concept of an elite, I mean, just stay off it. And Najaman, you tell me. I remember you tell me about 12 years ago. Say you are one of the signatory to AAC. You are a founding member of AAC. And I remember say I buy beer, I buy drink for you drink that day. I remember well. You na shine bobo. You drink 2 star for my head. So and I remember saying that now we have 2 political parties in Nigeria, AAC and the rest. The rest, I would say AAC and PDP because PDP is the mother and father of the rest, or even Abga. So I was excited. I said, at least we are going to have a political party that has village people as their core target. They will go and bring the downtrodden, the poor people, the one Jesus Christ no like. But last time I checked, it has since AAC is a platform for protest and going viral. They attempt to attach themselves to anything that is going viral, or if it's getting to, or they also have the tendency of orchestrating viral movements, so as the Nigerian is concerned. So what will happen? You guys is not increasing. I know they recruit people. I never see una go they recruit people. Una never do convention. La like so all of them are the same. The AAC now, when I did a different political party before, it's as if it's worse than the rest. We abeg no carry me go where I no know. Let me help her. Let my helper locate me. Oh. Shoo? Which one you come dey say? I still remember that day. Oh. I remember he got the assassin down, so I dey see exactly where we sit down that day. Oh. Now two star you collect for my head, oh, 150 for Adaman Sigba, that side. That day where Showore go radio for Ibadan, go dey fight uncle the CPC man, Buhari former minister of communication. When Showore dey chook am for the man, I say if no be him, Buhari for no come power being because he was bragging. Now that day now, I remember you are part of the entourage that follow Showore to the radio station and uh, when you call it download the cocoa for me, say yes, so this political party, AAC, this is for the poor people that Jesus Christ don't like, poor market women, students, the village people, uneducated people, the forgotten one rat at the 33 dimensional poor people that are not within the. I didn't know what you tell me that I said now on a target with that, and I was excited. I remember say that itself na Bilikisu na him be the woman wey dey sell beer that day. I collect two beer for you na 2 star. I pay for one, I say I will come back the next day. You give me so since that day now, wetin happen? You guys decided to be like PDP and APC or Labour Party. Una no gree recruit, una no gree hold convention, una no gree get party chairman, ward chairman, zonal headquarter in that like what is going on? Eh? Everybody is doing the same thing that the Obasanjo did, Buhari people did, Tinubu people did, which is at the that minute share money for the right people and as many as they can lure to the Boldoli units, you win. We don't have an agenda. It is so fucking crazy that Tinubu travel on a working visit. Before Tinubu travel go France, you pay attention to the media, people where they come make noise for TV and radio and everywhere. The opposition, they say, Tinubu no allow the opposition to strive. Any small thing where they happen for Labour na APC, any small thing where they happen for PDP na Tinubu, 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 Tinubu. Now Tinubu is not in the country. Instead of them to use this opportunity that the man is not here to monitor their use it to go and do what they cannot do since they are accusing Bola Tinubu of being their impediment. No, that they complain. What did Tinubu they do for France? What did they do for France? He telling us say he go work. He go work. Me and you know that the country is governed by with the share am with Igbo people. We share the country with the Igbo people. They are the largest investors in the Nigeria. From Chevron to Texaco to MTN, now them. So if the man say he is going on a working visit, I mean, what is the big deal? You are supposed to be thanking your God and your star. You take your political party to his village, to Nobu's village, and sing your message. But no, instead, everybody is beginning to. I mean, I understand the CPC gang, the Arewa people. They carry last. They swing it to action. Those who want claim land, they swing it to action. People are doing what they are doing. While those who are complaining that even all of us agree, know where Tinubu go, know wetin he go do, know the reason sef, know who he go see. But still, we set up first to use opportunity to form our own agenda. The guy go meet your own agenda. What is our agenda? What is our own agenda? Now because they will now get agenda, that's why we are complaining. Thank you, Najama. Najama, I just see what you say. Yeah, Tinubu get an agenda. Everybody agrees they get your own agenda. Whatever your conclusion is either you go for a medical checkup or you go find babe or you go see opposition leader for appointment or then go they regroup out there. Whatever the fuck that he went there for, it is his own agenda. I don't think anybody will disagree on that. So what is the noise about? Now wetin dey go on now say Bakare say he deliver national address. These are hungry men, hungry people. He's looking for an appointment. Tinubu come back now. Na money dem you go dey share. Una don forget say when you dey go dem give am 1 billion. He go sit down, then go sit down with the people wey give am the loan 1 billion. Wey give am the 1 billion, how he go take share am, how he go take distribute am. That's what it. So by the time he land now, money go begin flow into people. 5,000 for the talakawas like us. That kind of 5 million for them Naija man will leader for constituency, you know. Then the heavy content creator they go to get that kind of 30 million. Eh? The Obas and the Serikis, the emirs and the rest of them go to get that kind of 50 million. Not finish. We know, but now those who are in a position to actually organize the people, educate the people, themselves join the complaint. Showore, who decided to took a step forward and form a political party, instead of him to deploy that political machinery to every local government, when people they accuse and go and win local government, go and win governor, go and win that, it's not necessary say you go there and be that somebody. You have a platform. There's a reason you have a political party. Your political party is over 10 years now. You never win any local government chairman. And tomorrow, your soldiers, fully, if they hear me now, will come, they harass me. They go say, I don't want Allah talk. And they always say, fight and fight. Why not go fight you? You are not coming here to say this is our. You are not coming here to advertise your results, what the ACPC has able to achieve, and you see if I'm not going to allow you to, or if I'm not even going to help you to sell it. That's not the case. You just come here to harass me and my followers. That's unacceptable. Not acceptable at all. If you are coming to show me your results, this is what I've been able to achieve. This is what APC have achieved, CPC. This if you are coming to tell me last week we were in so local government, we held a very big educative rally session with the young people, with the market women. We were able to register 5 people. Now we have something to talk about. But not be say you go come here, you go tell me say na obedience be your problem. We every day na Tinubu like. And you expect me to entertain you? That's not how it works. You have a political party. Go and win souls. Go and win souls. You are acting the way the same Tinubu they act. If in they around, una political party, all una they use and they not to use and they protest. They find various moments. Eh? You guys don't care about the people. Both the Showores, both the Tunubu, all of them are all the same. They don't care about the people. If you care about the people, you will spend much time with the people. Obi they try, I'll give him that. Even though na photo up and all that, but at least he's doing something that we can see, that is visible. They never want poly unit. God bless you. God prefer that beer, that shasha bobo I buy for Naija man. Now you are for buying for self. Now you are for buying for. One poly unit, you never win. I want to see say okay between 1999 abi whatever which year una found that they found the political party between 2019 to now. Let me see how many people you register. None. But you guys go dey come platform dey insult harass everybody. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. So the campaign is to abuse opposition party. That tactics is they don't over abuse that tactics. It's overused. Overuse the obedience as obedience don't dominate that they don't take the abuse to the next level. They are technically but they are innovative about it. The way the obedience they do it now, they do it in the they put they take it to the next level. So you even lost the monopoly of that strategy. Go do the work. Now, Showore, I am using him because the he no get party. I'm fully you now you go I go dey take give because the man has done enough. He has given you guys a platform. Showore has given you guys a political party. What Tinubu has, una get am. Wetin Obi get, una get am. Wetin Atiku get, una get am. Which are platform? Go and use it. No, now we dey find people wey dey go viral, wey una go dey attach una sef to. Una go dey find people wey go dey follow una dey shout. That's not how this game. You guys can never win like that. I never win like that. Go and ask go and ask the maga. Go and ask the maga. Una no dey you una no get the power of insult reach them. And because they are so insulting for Democrats, wipe them out of internet. Any small woman they go ban them. Ban him for all the platform. But guess what? They took that anger and energy, they went to the local communities. Physically, one on one, they begin to challenge, they carry issue on the table. Let's debate. They seize every moment. They allow Donald Trump, they keep taking all the bullets, which I expect the obedience to replicate. But I don't know. Say never, but they have failed already. It's too late now. It's too late for 2027, but there's hope in 2031 for the obedience. Obi has come out to say, you know what, I'm ready to take all the bullets. I ain't going nowhere. I am going to be here. So it is now upon the obedience structure to go and do what? The God's word. Get off your ass online. Stay online. I'm not saying don't stay online, but at this point, you need physical recruitment. You need to adjust that political party. The MAGA, what the MAGA did was to go into states, pristine as they call her, pristine as they call her, pristine, whatever you had to pronounce that, which is the word, the polling units like Ogo talk to you, Ogo just mentioned. The MAGA went to the princeton, the local unit, and took over the leadership, the running of those political parties at that level. Why did they do that? That is the only way they ran the establishment, the Republican establishment out of contention. If you remember, at the initial stage of 2024 campaign, the governor of Florida, what was his name, DeSantis, which I actually bought his book. Yeah, that's what the establishment wants. But guess what? The base took over the local voting, and American and state by state they could vote for president. They took over the structure of the party, and that was the end. That was the end for the establishment. Everybody had to succumb to the MAGA ideology, the America first. Everybody had to follow it. That's what I expect the obedience to do. All this one where they wait may that they use that they play the name of party chairman, party chairman. Go and fucking occupy all the words. Don't be here where we did where we can come out PDP party chairman from his state. Kilongpe, what's be that name? The Nigerian man, what's be that your friend name? The former party chairman. That word there for come out am.
Quadri.
Word. Now so they do Oshomole. That's what I expect the obedient to do to the Labour Party. Get off internet, go register as a party, and produce take over the leadership of the party and see if things no go work. Show what they see they there in the name of saying they protect the party, no re-elected party chairman. If you don't trust anybody, then it go hard for anybody to even look at you. But that's not even the point. The base is wide open. Where the numbers is, where the numbers are, the local villages, even in town, nobody dey do town hall meeting anymore. Not the students are no longer coming together. So which is secondaries at that Funyejo. That's from what they take comot am. Nobody dey do community town hall meeting no more. Schools are no longer coming to. So the base are left open. Who can penetrate them with a message? That is what is missing. Obi just dey test them once in a while, but because he is consistent, because of his consistency, that's why the momentum is still going. He's singularly doing that. Atiku, all he does is run around with convoy. Atiku, who is going from one emir, king, ex-president with a convoy, and Showore, who is busy organizing protests for his own village alone for 10 people, or catching viral movement for innocent people or Nigerians, and VDM too, who is also catching viral movement, and Tinubu, who decide to say, "Oh, now noise too much. I need to go, I need to go and coordinate my own agenda outside the country." These things they are all the same. None of these things has anything to do with the people. Organizing protests just to say, "Oh, I see here," oh, catching viral movement by jumping into NYC girl and convoy go dey meet ex-president, traveling abroad to work. These are all elitists. These are all selfish adventures. The people are actually not in their equation. The only person who they remember the people once in a while, watch up with them. I go cry with them. I go dance with them. I go listen to them. Is Obi. And again, even if
A
you can
17-year-old
criticize that, but at least you can say you cannot criticize him without seeing that the picture of the criticism with the the poor Nigerians, the one Jesus Christ no like, according to one pastor. You can't take that out. So anywhere you picture Obi, you will see that. So the consistency of that is what separates him a little bit from the likes of Showore, Tunubu, Atiku. They are all playing the same game just for themselves. They have to maintain their little popularity if there's any at all. So by the time you now come up from the political animals, come to the business elites, those who by business success they have the ability to persuade people, just like the politician who have power, political power to motivate, to galvanize and organize people. The business, those who achieve success in the business angle are also referred as elite. They have the ability, they have the resources to coerce people, to
Senator,
persuade people. That is one core requirement of being an elite. Themselves na the same thing that they do. Easter now we dey now they go begin share rice ram for individuals rather than to actually set up 1 week of educating, sanitizing, and feeding, or open up a food bank or free whatever, just to consistency of it, to show that yes, the people who in which you are milking, because the millions that you have today, it's are the result of those poor people. But no, guess what? They rather carry money, send money, give. There's a wedding that just happened this weekend. I don't know who they wed, but for some reason it's everywhere, right? They would rather go spray 5 million for that wedding, right? Donate 10 million for I mean 10 billion for book launch. They rather give they rather give they give within the selfish interest, just to say, come, we are still here within themselves, right? That's again, you're not taking away, come to the theology aspect, the religious elite, right? As far as I'm concerned, they are some of the most powerful elite among the elitists in Nigeria. Those the religious leaders, the likes of Adeboye, where you go say make people no chop, make people go no chop for the next 30 days. I guarantee you about 1 million Nigerians go do them, and I know Nigerian man self go there among them. Very religious. So that's power. That's an elite power. Power to persuade, to command, to say do this, a million will sway. Wetin dem dey do? The same thing. They only give within themselves. They only sustain their act of benevolence at the top, right? They have to maintain flying private jets. They
who
have to
came to first?
maintain some kind of destination. They have to dress some kind of certain way. They have to go with security. Why? Because they are scared of the people that they're supposed to care for. So if you now bring into the streets, if you bring into the streets, who are those elite in the streets? The likes of MCA Oluomo, the likes of Tony Kabaka. Those are elite because whatever they have the power to actually persuade and command people. You no get them, I no get them. Now im make us dey here, they make noise. So say we get them, no for no day here, right? Then the likes of Nnamdi Kanu.
In 2023.
So if you look at all these people and one thing join them together, they don't care about the general masses. They don't care. And that is because they understand that the primary beneficiary of the resources no be us. And they are too scared to fight. They are too dumb and stupid to educate us and use us to fight because now so it will always be. It will happen today. 10 million will die. If 10 million die, out of that 10 million, maybe now only 1,000 will be rich people. The rest now Paco. They are too dumb and foolish to actually educate us. Because all they need to do is to educate us with, say, come, these resources that we still cherish and we believe that is ours, we don't actually control it. And this is why. We go understand. And I bet you Nigeria, instead of say we want Japa, we will fight first. But again, though now if you go back to the intellectuals, the academians, the those who are the custodians of Turanji, right? The likes of the Shoyinka who sit at the top. Oga Pata Pata, what did they do? They only you only see them when elites are in their need or in the need of their intellectual. Then no, they is when at times I go dey criticize the people like Shoyinka that is of no use. Instead, is more of a cause. Wole Soyinka is more of a cause than a blessing. Because first of all, they say they give am Nobel laureate for literature. What does that fucking even mean? Does that have anything to do with our way of life or our nothing? But let's say okay, let's give him a special seat in the Committee of Nations. But what is the direct benefit? I never see anybody since where I don't dey waka as in Nigeria. Wait was it? My goal is to be like Wole Soyinka. I don't know any institution today that Wole Soyinka is either being studied or his material I mean nothing as far as I'm concerned. But if I waka, by the time I waka enter 5 to 10 universities in America, I will see his footprint. I can't say that of Nigeria. I know more of Wole Soyinka when I don't dey stay for abroad, not when I was in Nigeria. The likes of
during
Chimamanda.
election.
Chimamanda wrote a book now. He wrote a book, right? But the interest of the people that he wrote it for is busy. He has to go and explain. You have to go and interpret the book. You have to go and sell the book to them because now, in fact, now then get money to buy books. So by the time we go see Chimamanda, eh, they grace our television, our schools, our platform to tell us about the book. The Western world, they don't it done because now then tell them they give them the structure how the book should turn out. Because if the book no meet their standard, they no go publish them. But people don't understand that. All the success that she's enjoying today due to her her talent. Nobody can take that away from her. But the economic success that come with it, it's not coming from home. So in other words, how that success, who benefit, the number one beneficiary again of our talent is not us. It's not Nigerians. If you to understand exactly what I dey talk, so go back and watch Dr. Dameji
When he
show 90 Minutes
is
Africa for
spontaneous
last Sunday. Now publisher then bring come. So if you refuse to understand that our economy, our resources, our oil, that the first beneficiary are the Americans investors, if you disagree with that conclusion, Chimamanda
come
is a
and
clear
stealing from
example. I am not making this up. She wrote a book. She had a brand new book. That's something to dream, the dare to dream, something like that. We don't even know about it. Before the Nigerian peoples, we benefit in the sense that she, as a writer, coming to actually say, "This is how I did," so that people will get inspired and know actually into the story without before even buying it. The first benefit that first output had to be the people that published the book first, which is the West. In other words, if the story that she's telling don't meet their own standard, how they want the story to be told, it will not be published. And by the time she come to Nigeria after maybe 2 years or so to start doing her own book tour, where you go see her, you can only see it on Arise, Channels, the other big platform. maybe Unilag in Suka because that's where she's from. One of the two private school. That's it. Again, now only the elite and the direct upstream or the direct relative of those elites, or we that understand one or two things now, we go see benefits after the first class citizens don't benefit. So and again, we now we are just about what 25% to what maybe 40% of the population. The rest of 60% will never will know who she is or what she is doing. It's just that's where we are. So that's why when Temple and travel, everybody will come out from their heading place, begin say, yeah, why he travel? You know why he travel. Everybody know why Tinubu travel. And as I said, whatever stand you take, you go do medication or you go push drug or whatever you are right. Now that you know why he's out there doing whatever he's doing, and it has nothing to do with your stinky ass, what are you doing? Or what are we doing? I start beg. We can enter streets. Ladies and gentlemen, I beg, before you step out, like, share, and subscribe. We if you come back later, I'll be always here. Who wants to stay with me? May talk so that I go there. Who want I don't do 1 hour. I supply say I dey cut event short. So Foley, if you dey hear me, when next you come and show me your results. AAC have 4 years to change the story of Obi na im be our problem. Obi came and took our members. Obi is part of them. Obi that dude, okay. We agree, you are right. Una are right. You guys are right. Obi na the problem. Obi is part of them. Obi come, collect una follower. Yes, yes, yes. I sympathize with you people. Whatever I can do, trust me, I will do it. But but there's 4 years. It's been 4 years now. That story should not resurface again. AAC had 4 years to get their people back from Obi. AAC had 4 years to tell us the Obi na one of them, and we agree. So no more excuse. AAC, the field is wide open. Bola Tinubu has been away for the past 2 weeks. Nobody go harass on our street. The same thing with our lawyers, the elite lawyers them. Na barrier movement, then they hinge on. They will never go and do the work. Link on you na lawyer. Lawyers are the dangerous politicians. You can Now they use and change that their political elite. By the time Tinubu go show, by the time Tinubu go land, money go follow, money go enter streets. Uh, Sheyi Tinubu, Sheyi Tinubu a good job going around the country. They identify in terms of the younger constituency. The youth, they identify as soon as Papa come like this, he go just drop list and account number. And that list, the names, the account data go your phone. They go even they sing, they go even join. That time, una come dey talk say una wan beat am for polling, una wan beat am for polling unit. How? Not possible. Possible. You know, person wey get resources pass to say you wan beat am. Like, let's say that person na Goodluck Jonathan, and I'm damn well that Bola Tinubu no be Goodluck Jonathan. As is obvious. With the act do anyhow, you see anyhow. You don't get time. You don't get to. You cannot be running the same program. You have that you see. It doesn't work anywhere. Every 4 years. Only politics, presidential politics. Na 4 years we dey do am for Naija. 4 years. You go qualify first. You go train. Eh? See understand that before you go win. Before you go begin train. Which is what all these politicians are doing. They no go train means they no go beat it. They didn't go and fortify themselves with the constituencies. You know, understand the integrity of the constituency. No, they didn't do that. But uh, win a ticket in your political party, that is meeting the standard. It is going to the general election, which is the Olympics. Then you will see how you go perform. Now your preparation within your base will make your nine go aid your performance. So, but the politicians, the way we they do am for here, the politicians they do am ticket for party. Then before they will cut it, they won't go trade. They won't go on the campaign for people. Why it doesn't work? It doesn't work. When they beat MAGA 2020, even though they complain, they went back to training. They went back to the desk. They went back with message. That is training. You have to go and build your base. If you know, if you go Olympic, you know, next Olympic, you have to start from scratch. Even if you win Olympic, going into the next one, you go start go and start building again. You load yourself. You spend so much time in the gym. You spend no much time in running long distance, building your endurance capacity and your strength, doing a lot of drills for your techniques. That's when you do overload of that. First year, second year. When it done they reach Olympic year, you begin sharpen up, you begin drop those load. Speed work don't start. When you reach the D-Day, they touch you like this, you be offended. But you don't, you cannot. There's no two way around it. Nobody say you have to go build. You have to go back to your bay, which is what Obi is doing. Some of us last election cycle, our criticism of him is that nobody know him. He's not traveling enough. Nobody know him. He's not going anywhere. He's not, because those are the preparation. Those are the ingredients. That's what you need to build. You have to keep in touch with your base. What is he doing now? He has taken that criticism and he's working on that. He started building boreholes, sitting with Almajiris, being everywhere, establishing relationship with the Norse people. You see, he is building his capacity, his base. He's building that. He's going to come together one day, and I believe that day is 2031. We will see how he go, how they will, those who will just jump into the train from the northern angle. They will just jump. You see how before they want to build their, it's too late that time. You know, go work. It's an Olympic sport. If you no train, your opponent dey train and dey use drugs sef. Na im be the cheating for na im be the malpractice, the rigging of election. Na drug use for sport be that. If your opponent use
front of the
drugs, dope take beat you, right? You go say e cheat. When Bola Tinubu say e rig election, we say e cheat. Abi the same thing. These things are just, na human being na we dey do everything. There's no shortcut. If you don build your base, one of my coach Akiede of Ibadan, say the game of finance is the game of anybody. I agree with him. But another Coach Inri from Ado Ekiti, the guy say in the game of 100 meter, no be who get speed pass dey win. Na who get the heart dey win. Who get the big heart, na im dey win. My roommate for Qatar, one Kenyan 3,000 meter runner, marathon, you name it, long distance. In that same vein, the guy said, "You all these sprinters, una just get big muscle, but una get small heart." I never understand wetin he mean by that until the day wey I follow them go long run, like early morning run. 3 hours, this guy dey still dey run. Like, wetin? Me, under 45 minutes, I don pack up.
convoy of the
When he come back to the house, tell me say, when I tell you say na big muscle you get, your engine na small, you get small heart. Long distance, those guys. So now, why am I bringing these three in to make my point? Right? The game of finance is the game of anybody. It is not the fastest guy, but the guy with the biggest heart that wins. It's not by your big muscle, but the endurance. How far can you endure? What does these three have in common? The game of finance is everybody. What underneath that saying means that now who prepare? If you prepare, if you work on your base well, if you do your build up well, build your body well, you find yourself a final, you will pull it off. That's what it means. The guy with the biggest heart will always win the guy with the fastest when the push comes to shove. What he mean by that, to have a big heart, you go don grind for streets, you go don dey, your base go strong, which is Donald Trump. You understand that the people who are behind him are diehard, so he is ready. He cannot afford to disappoint him. Which is what I see in Obi when Obi come out in January to say, "I dey here, I'm not going anywhere." he has finally realized that there is a base that they cannot afford to disappoint again. Heart. Now, not be by big muscle, not by big engine, by your heart. How far can you
The
endure
presidential candidate of the Labour Party.
again? We are about to see if Obi can endure if he fails 2027. Can he endure? Or is he going to give up? Because those who are seeing hope within Nigeria, these especially the young people who still believe there is hope. Now, through him, then they see him. They know they see him through any other person else. Talking about the young people. Those who say, oh, maybe Nigeria, maybe it go better. That's the only place they are seeing it. Now, the only window within and be that. There's no other window. Some can pop up tomorrow, but as we speak today, Obi is the only person that actually have a window open a little bit. Is that going to turn out as you said, because politicians was they paint with poetry, right? Cover with poem. So shit can still go down. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back later. Like, share, and subscribe. Ciao, ciao.